It's geeking time. Oh, and I really hope you guys enjoyed that intro. I don't know what was going through my mind. I just felt like I wanted to do something a little different for the beginning of my review, something a little more on the cinematic line. If you guys like that intro, let me know. Maybe I can do some other cinematic intros in the future for you guys. I just thought it'd be really fun, since I'm taking a look at a Batman and Joker figure, to spoof Batman and do it my way. That being said, today we're taking a look at DC Multiverse. Yep, we're going rewinding here. Not McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse, but when DC Multiverse was with Mattel. These are both from separate lines. I believe Batman is from a Doomsday Build-A-Figure line, and the Joker is from a King Shark Build-A-Figure line. These were both released back in 2016, and I've had these in my collection since then. I just have always had them in package, and I've never really removed them or done anything. And I just thought to myself, you know what, this would be a really fun video to do today. I'm a massive fan of the movie, the graphic novel, and eventually movie, The Dark Knight Returns. See, I got it here on DVD. This cool 3-disc set also comes with some really neat old postcards in here. And it's really cool, it's really funny because The Dark Knight Returns is indeed one of my favorite comic book stories ever made. But it's just one of those things that I've, like The Watchmen, I've read The Dark Knight Returns multiple times, but unlike Watchmen, I've never owned a copy of The Dark Knight Returns. Maybe eventually down the road, I'm gonna have to change that. But lo and behold, today we're taking a look at Batman, better known, I should say, Armored Batman from The Dark Knight Returns, as well as the Joker from The Dark Knight Returns. They both looking right, them spinning around. They both look like they are comic book accurate. So I'm really excited about this. Like I said, Batman, The Dark Knight Returns is one of my favorite Batman stories of all time. So I cannot wait. Grab yourselves a snack. Let's get into taking a look at both these awesome looking figures.
Where'd you go?
Let's start with the Clown Prince of Crime. Was it that Harley Quinn calls him Mr. J? Well, she's not in this comic book series. So this is the Joker, based on his appearance in The Dark Knight Returns comic book. Probably one of my favorite iterations of the Joker, as he is so much more cool, calm, and collected in this. Oh, the villains in this story. From Two-Face to the Joker. If you've never read The Dark Knight Returns, I highly recommend it. What are you doing? Why have you never read it? Why have you never read it? But it seems like in this line you can get a TV series flash, zoom, as it goes around. There's also the Jim Gordon Batman. And I believe as it's coming back around, we can also see that there is Batgirl in the line. There's Hawkman, and of course the Joker. And this is the King Shark Build-A-Figure wave. So yeah, like I said, before McFarlane Toys was Mattel's DC Multiverse. It's kind of like before Hasbro, Toy Biz had the Marvel Legends going on. So same brand, same name, different company. Let's get the Joker out of the package. You know what? No, let's take the Joker off the spinning platform. Let's go ahead and size up the package, and then we'll take him out and we'll take a look at the figure. All right, here he is, El Guasón, as it says in Spanish. You know what's funny? He's the Joker, El Guasón. But you would think that in French it would be something different, but no, just Le Joker. Le Joker. Don't you think that it would be Le Blagueur? Like, that's just my honest opinion, because this is me. I am half French. So I would literally have called him Le Blagueur, but I guess they don't want to call him that. Anyways, before we size up the packaging, I tried to dust this off the best that I could because they've been stored away, but you know, right there you got a shot of the Joker from the comic book. Same thing on the side. Now I'm just noticing a little bit his shirt. We'll mention that as we get him out of the packaging, but yeah, there you go. Once again, everybody in the wave. But the package is pretty bulky. I mean, it's not the same bulkiness as those McFarlane DC Multiverse figures now. Like, if you take a look, right? Like, if you take a look here, the packaging is about 10.5 inches. If we take a look at this compared to a DC Multiverse McFarlane figure, if I move him to the side like this, I'm doing this for the inbox collectors also. You see, it's not that much smaller than a McFarlane Multiverse figure. Here he is next to one of the first Batmans that McFarlane put out, the Jim Lee Batman. So really, it's not that big of a difference in terms of packaging. Looks pretty good. And we'll take a look at the packaging too next to the Armored Batman, and we'll compare him next to another Batman I have from McFarlane Toys. All right, so I think what I'm gonna do is, I usually like to take him out of the packaging on the channel for you guys, but you know what? I don't want to keep stressing with that stuff. So let's get him out of the package, and we'll come right back and we'll take a look at the figure. All right, and here's our Joker figure out of the package. There's one thing I left in there, and that's the top, the torso basically of the King Shark, but I don't have to build a figure weight, so there's no point in talking about that. All right. So right off the bat, he comes with a bunch of accessories, and I gotta say, there's one really neat accessory in here, because if you read the book, you know. So first things first, okay, there's the Joker. We'll get into him in a moment. Let's start with the accessories. So the first accessory is a pistol. So you can put that in the Joker's hand for him to shoot. You know, Joker always in his pockets. Some guns, some knives, and maybe some pocket lint. He's got this really tiny batarang piece, and you'll see in a moment. You'll see when I do the alternate head Y. And he comes with a very shiny, albeit a little warped, dagger knife. So there you go. There's that, and you've got his alternate head sculpt. So there you go. Very menacing looking face, and it's painted very, very nicely too. It's a very nice head sculpt. If I were to put this on display, I'd probably keep him displayed like this. Like I said, if you read the story, you know. All right, so before we take a look at the Joker, let's compare him, and let's actually, you know what? Let's get the size. First things first, let's see how tall this figure stands. All right, so he stands basically at the 6-inch mark. Let's take a look at the Joker next to another figure I have from McFarlane. Right next to, move that head out of the way, the animated series Batman, if he wants to stand. There we go. So as you can see, quite a bit of a size difference between the two. Joker's obviously a little smaller. Batman from Batman the Animated Series is a little taller. But nonetheless, he can still hold his own, the Joker. Okay, so let's take a look at our Clown Prince of Crime. Well, come on, camera. The face looks pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. I like the detailing on the face. I know I saw a Review Spot review, and he was talking about how the painting was not the greatest on the face, which I kind of agree, but it doesn't look too bad either. I mean, it does look pretty good, but it's a very nice bunch of whites. I mean, yeah, again, like I'll compare the two head sculpts. So I find that the painting is a little bit the same. God, I love this head sculpt. This is really great. And I like the way that they made the hair with the two tones of green and black. It looks really amazing. That's awesome looking. So it looks great, and kind of also looks like a mixture of, you know, Cesar Romero and the comic book version. So I love that head sculpt. Oh, that's a great head sculpt. And then when you take a look at him, I mean, the painting, okay, here's something that I want to take a little bit of a nitpick at right here. Basically, in the comic book, his shirt is completely like purple, like you saw on the packaging right here. Let's just bring that back quickly. Like you saw right here, that's the purple. And the shirt, like it's not the same kind of purple. It's more of a darker purple here. That's more of like I don't know what kind of purple, like I can describe that, but it's very different than the one on his shirt. But still looks good. Still looks good nonetheless. And, you know, basically just after that, it's just all white. All white because the Joker is in a white suit. And he's got the purple shoes down there. So, I mean, the painting on him is very nice. I do like it a lot. And for the weapons, I'm sure, okay, he doesn't have any interchangeable hands. So he has one trigger hand and he's got one closed fist. So I'm assuming that the knife, you're just going to hold it in his hand. Just going to hold like that. But really mainly what you want to do is you really want to take the gun. There you go. You want to clip the gun into his hand like that. And it does fit nicely over the trigger finger. So you can have your Joker just like that. And then, once that's all done, you just got to go ahead and, ooh, it's feeling a little stiff. There we go. Just pop the head off, just like that. And then pop the alternate head on. Pop the alternate head on. And then you can put that batarang, come on, batarang, there you go. Lodge that right into his eye. Like I said, if you read the book, you know. You know the reason why that's like that. Oh, what's one of the most gruesome, grisly deaths in all of Batman, I think. Oh boy. If you've never read Batman, The Dark Knight Returns, do yourself a favor, go ahead and read it. Because the Joker, just the final confrontation with the Joker and the Batman, just amazing. So yeah, like that, you got that. So let's go ahead and take this out. Let's pop the normal head back on. There we go. So that now, come on, there we go. So now we can accurately look at the articulation. So the head goes all the way around. Ball joints a little bit. Not really, you know what I would have loved to see though? I would have loved to have seen them maybe have like an elongated neck feature. Again, if you read the book, you know. All right, arms go out a little bit, come back in. There's a very stiff bend in the elbow. So I don't want to start manipulating that because I don't want to break. The hand rotates all the way around, but just rotates, nothing else. Same thing for the fist. There is not really an ab crunch at all, but the legs can split out a little bit like that, can go back a little bit, go forward. They're limited because of the suit that he's wearing. The knees bend in, and then the feet, well, they're very stiff, but yeah, they can go up and down like that. So, all in all, I adore this Joker figure. He looks fantastic. There's a reason why, like I'm very specific when I buy my figures, but like I said, The Dark Knight Returns is one of my favorite comic book stories of all time. So that's the reason why this specific Joker is in my collection. All right, let's move him off to the side. And now it's time to take a look at the armored Batman. Now this is what I call a bulky ass figure. So this is Batman in his armor towards the end of the book. Again, you need to read the book if you've never read it. It's a book that came out in the 1980s. But a very big fight happens, and the only way that Batman can fight this character is by armoring up. Maybe if you've seen Batman versus Superman, not a very good movie, but let's be honest, that's where that inspiration for that armored Batman came from. So as we're rotating, we see some comic book art in the front and on the side. And in this line, you also get, besides armored Batman, you get Carrie Kelly, Lex Luthor, Supergirl, the Mutant, and that looks like Doomsday Superman? Am I seeing that properly? But nonetheless, I am super excited about this one. I've seen the McFarlane Toys armored Batman. And, no, sorry, Superman Doomed as it spins back around. Lex Luthor, by the way, is from the movie series, and Supergirl's from the TV series, which I started watching Supergirl. Not too bad so far. But yes, I've seen the McFarlane Toys Armored Batman. I'm not a big fan of it. I personally prefer the regular Batman that he put out from The Dark Knight Returns. But lo and behold, this one, that's why I didn't pull the trigger on that, because this is still, for me, a great looking figure, even as I have it in package. So let's get the box off the rotating platform. Let's compare to other packaging, and then we'll take him out of the box and see what he looks like. All jokes about Frank Miller aside being crazy now, the guy does no story. And The Dark Knight Returns, like I said, one of the greatest Batman stories ever told. To me, actually, you know what? I didn't say it. I think that this one and Batman Hush are probably my two favorite stories. So here is the Batman inside the packaging. Again, you see the comic book art on the bottom, which looks very good if you look at that so far. And then there's the comic book art on the side. So the packaging itself, how tall is the packaging in case you want to put this in your collection? It's, again, same height as the Joker. And if we take a look at him next to this, there he is next to the McFarlane Toys Jim Lee Batman. You know what? This packaging seems to be a little bit taller, actually, than the Joker one, because the Joker one seemed to be a little bit shorter. So there it is next to the Batman packaging. All right, so I think now that we've taken a look at him, or if you guys want to see a better better look at, I still want to get my hands on the Carrie Kelly. I saw her at one point. I never grabbed her, but that's one character I'd like to get. And I also do want to get eventually the regular outfitted Batman outside the armor. But yeah, there you go. And this is the Doomsday Build-A-Wave. So I'm not going to be taking out the Doomsday parts. So there you go. Look at the Doomsday head right now. Oh, he comes with the torso too, Doomsday. All right, let's get Batman out of the packaging. Let's take a look at the Dark Knight. And here is the Dark Knight, free from his packaging. Oh boy, this guy's so bulky, and unlike the Joker, he comes with one accessory. The Joker came with 3 accessories and an interchangeable head. This guy only has one accessory, which is his blaster Gatling gun, I guess you can call it. So it looks really cool. Well, I guess we could just get right into looking at the figure because there's not much more to go on. I do love the fact that they made the helmet and the face look like the comic book. I know there's not much detailing, but it's a very, like what I like, which is pretty cool actually. This is a very rubbery piece. That's neat. So there's rubbery right there. As you go along, I like the indents too because it's armor upon his outfit. A little bit of sloppy paint right there. Oh well. I mean, there's a little bit of sloppy paint on the inside too, but you know, that's just how it is. A little bit of scuffing up here. But nonetheless, it's really nicely sculpted and detailed. And of course, you have the spikes on the bottom of his boot. And the cape looks good too. I mean, it looks very textured, which is great. And then on the back too, very detailed again. He's got, again, that closed fist, and he's got the gun handling fist. So you're going to put his gun in this hand right here like this. Is that going to fit like that? Yeah, it's going to fit. There you go. Does it fit? I have no idea. I have no idea. There we go. They just put the gun in that hand. I don't know, it looks kind of stupid, but whatever. Okay, so apart from that, how tall is this Batman? This Batman stands 6.5 inches tall. Let's move him a little bit to the side here, and let's take a look at him next to the Batman, the animated series Batman. So, actually pretty tall, the Dark Knight Armored Batman. Pretty tall next to the Batman, the animated series Batman. So pretty good looking comparison and looks really nice next to each other. I know, in all fairness, the look at Batman's gonna be a lot shorter than Joker because there's a lot less to go on. All right, so in terms of articulation, his head, ball joints around, kind of like he's bobbing to some music. Batman's listening to some really good beats, so he's bobbing his head. Goes back and forth. But again, I love the face. I love the face. It's very comic book accurate. I love it. I like what they did here. If we take a look at him next to the comic, like that's an actual photo from the comic. It looks great. It really looks awesome. I also really love the fact that this is rubber. So if ever you like want to put your figures on display, you drop it, that's going to protect. Like even up here is rubber, so it's really nice. And the cape is rubbery too, so very good. Arms rotate all the way around. They have a little bit of an out going. There is no bend in the arms because of how bulky he is. The hands rotate all the way around. Okay, there we go. Oh, there's also a bicep swivel. Okay, maybe that's something I didn't notice with the Joker. There is not really an ab crunch. Legs go outward slightly. They don't really move that much. And there's a bend in the knee. And then then there is a turn down here, and the feet go up and down. But yeah, and even the belt looks really nicely painted. So I'll give them points because this is a really, in my opinion, this is a very, very comic book accurate armored Batman. I love this thing so much. I think this is a great looking figure, and this to me is what Batman action figures is all about.
Someone, please tell me where he gets those amazing suits.
Which suit, Joker? My shadowing or my awesome tech shield suit? Take off! I've even got a suit for you.
I've always liked stripes.
The Dark Knight Collection, each sold separately. Batman, the legend lives on. Now for the price of one Dark Knight Collection Batman action figure.
You can get two. Wow, it's like getting a second figure free.
Check for details at participating stores while supplies last. Offer ends May 1st.
Nonetheless, these are some amazing looking figures. I'm not going to say that I'm sad that Mattel lost the license for these figures because, to be quite honest with you, they are very kid-style toys. Although I believe that these things could be a little more, obviously these two figures are more directed towards the adult collector, especially for the Joker with that damn broken Batarang in his eye. Like I said, from the beginning of the review up to now, if you know, you know. Oh boy. I do think that the McFarlane multiverse figures are amazing. Don't get me wrong. It's a massive step up from a lot of the stuff that Mattel put out. But you have these little figures, like these little hidden gem figures like these ones here from comic book specific lines that look so great. I've seen the Carrie Kelly Robin out in the wild, and she looks fantastic. The Mutant Leader looks great. And I think Mattel even put out a regular unarmored version of Batman from The Dark Knight Returns. And if I'm not mistaken, when I did see that it was the blue version, he looked really, really fantastic too. To put these in your collection, they are not going to be an eyesore. And if you have the rest of the, like if you have the rest of the line, like I'd love to find the rest of the Dark Knight figures. Maybe I'll try to find the McFarlane ones to go with these. But these are going to look fantastic. Let's say you put these up on a shelf with the DVD or Blu-ray and the book behind them. It's going to look like an amazing, amazing display for this line. That being said, however, there are some things that I have qualms with. There's not much articulation to them. So if you really want to put them in dynamic poses, especially Batman, if you want to put him in some really good looking poses, no, it's very stiff. You're limited with what you can do. Batman's gun, I don't like the way that they have it and you can put it in his hand. Also, I think that some alternate hands would have been really nice for these two figures. Joker already has the alternate head, which makes it amazing. That's an amazing alternate head for the Joker. But some alternate hands would have been a little nice. And the painting, some of the painting is not the greatest. Like on the Joker's face, some of the white looks like it's splotched on. And with Batman on his armor, it looks like it's dusted. I mean, okay, it's a little more accurate, but the way they went about it could have done a little bit better in the paint department. But nonetheless, again, I'm going to say it. I think these are fantastic looking figures. The cape looks nice, but I would have liked a little bit more tone and shading maybe to the cape as well. Batman's face, I don't know, the paint inside the cowl, the mouth, look, don't get me wrong, the face and the jaw look great. You have that anger expression, looks amazing. But I still think it's lacking a little bit on paint and articulation. My question is this to you, however. When it comes to DC Multiverse, do you prefer the Mattel figures like these? Or do you prefer the Todd McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse figures? I know a lot of people prefer the DC Multiverse. I just hope that DC Multiverse from McFarlane Toys don't start going down the route of Mattel and then end up losing the license. I'm not saying that McFarlane Toys is going to have the license forever, but they're doing some really amazing things. But like I said, there's a lot in the Mattel line for the DC Multiverse that looks so good. And there's a lot that I want to go back and try and find if I can, and if I'm able to find some in collectible shops or comic book shops, because these Mattel DC ones, yeah, they just look really, really good. Have you read the comic book, The Dark Knight Returns? Have you seen the movie, The Dark Knight Returns from the DC Animated Universe? Such a great story. I consider that one of my favorite Batman stories of all time. Like I said earlier, that and Batman Hush. Speaking about DC animated movies, stay tuned, because maybe this coming summer, hoping to get it out this summer, Spoonie and I are looking at some DC movies, and we might be counting them down for you guys. So stay tuned, because that could be very, very cool. Alrighty guys, thank you so much for sticking around and watching this video in its entirety if you did. Just fair warning for you guys, next week I've got 2 videos coming up, but after those 2 videos I'll be on vacation for 2 weeks. So there won't be new videos up on my channel up until a little bit, maybe into June, like mid-June or something. But I do thank you so much for watching this video in its entirety if you did. I'm sure that there are reviews of these figures online, but hey, I've never reviewed them, so I thought it'd be fun to do it for you guys. If you are new to my channel because you do love Batman and you love figure reviews, or if you've been watching my videos for the longest time and you haven't subscribed yet, please and thank you subscribe to my channel. I would really, really appreciate that. Also, when you do that, click the bell, please and thank you as well, to be notified whenever I got some brand new content out. Like that, you can know whenever I have these really fun unboxing and reviews videos out. Also, if you did enjoy this video, you liked this video in its entirety, you like my reviews that I'm doing, click the thumbs up button. And also comment down below, guys. Let's talk all things toys. Let's talk all things Batman. I am going to get out of here for the day. I will let you guys get out of there for the day. You probably got some stuff to do. I am going on vacation, like I said, in 2 weeks, so I'm going to be preparing for vacation. I already have videos pre-recorded, so, you know. Thank you so much again, guys, for watching this video. I will be back again soon. Stay cool, stay nerdy, keep hunting, keep collecting, and as always, it's cool if it's nerd cool. I'm Batman.